a very important meeting, so I'm so happy that you're all here. I appreciate you coming out in this weather. I'm Dawn Falco. I'm the current chairperson of the Nassau County Transit Committee. And I'm going to be starting the meeting by calling it to order, and I'm going to introduce our members with a roll call. We have some new members also. First we have existing member, Mr. Joel Burst, who's been with us a very long time. He's actually, I think, the OG here today. Ms. Anne Marie Reardon. Mr. George Martinez. Dr. Bobby Colotti.
Yeah.
Myself, Dawn Falco. Again. Mr. Daniel Alter.
Hello.
Ms. Jacqueline D'Agostino. Sharia Victory.
Hello.
Good evening. And Mr. Richard Clowery. I apologize for going out of order.
No problem. That was worse. My name is Richard Clowery. I used to be a member of the Bus Riders Union. I'm honored to be here. I'm hoping I can make a difference to the community and to the, not just the community though. I serve the public as well.
And Richard is a new member, so thank you for joining us, Richard. We're so happy to have you.
No
And
problem.
also we have with us County Attorney Mr. Patrick Gallagher. I would like for just us to confirm that we have quorum this evening in this meeting.
I guess so.
We do.
Yes, perfect, thank you. Also just going to briefly review the agenda for tonight's meeting. First, we're going to be having a presentation from Mr. Jack Jesus, the CEO of the Nassau County Transit Board. I'm going to just ask him to reach the podium in a few moments, at which point he's going to review the 2025 operating budget, the capital plan, present the capital plan review, a Q1 scorecard, which he presents every quarter, and then we're going to go to questions from the committee. I'm going to ask that we limit them to, I know this is a big meeting, but there are a lot of us here and there are a lot of questions to be had. We still have a lot to take care of afterwards. We can limit to the top 1 or 2 questions if possible. We will then open the floor for public comments, and I'm going to ask that the public comments be limited to 2 minutes. I'm going to ask Dr. Colotti to, if you would be so kind as to just time the public comments to 2 minutes. If you have the timer on your phone, thank you so much. And then we're going to actually have our voting this evening on approving the operating budget, the capital plan, as well as the Title VI plan. Then lastly, we do have one last order of business, and that is to nominate and vote on a couple of new committee members. So we're really excited to have you guys here for that as well. And I think with that, we're going to get started. And Mr. Jesus, if you would please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and again, I thank everybody for being here in the weather. It is an important meeting. On behalf of the 900 or so members of Nice Bus, the team, we have a few of our directors and top leadership here to listen. So we're going to get right to it. So again, our agenda here on the presentation, we'll talk about the operating budget, the capital plan review, the Q1 and Q2 scorecard, some project updates, and then we'll get through the approval requests. So operating budget and capital plan, just shortly, I'll kind of short circuit the presentation by saying through the support of the county, our federal government, and our state government, we have a balanced budget with even service hours for the year. We're not seeing a lot of growth in service hours, but we are seeing at least stable service hours that allows us to set up for the future. For paratransit, for example, again, paratransit is a on-demand service. We don't plan the service hours. Paratransit is growing, so you're going to see some additional service hours there. 255,000 last year, about 267 this year. We're keeping a close eye on that. On fixed route, you kind of see a decrease in service, but I will explain to you what that is. It's actually flat. Last year we did cricket games, which was a lot of service, and we also did concert service. So concert service has been underwritten or paid for by Live Nation. This year they decided not to go forward with that. So those hours are basically flat when you look at them. So we're not going to really see a change in our service patterns. So our operating budget for this year, we're looking at about a 3.5% increase in operating budget. It's about $171,780,000. New York State funding is a lion's share of that, 74%. $126 million, I'm sorry. Nassau County, about $2.5 million. The next two lines are federal funding, about $8.5 million. Passenger revenue continues to grow because our ridership continues to grow. We are fully recovered pre-COVID. We have full buses, you all know that. It speaks to the efficiency of the system also because we've increased service frequency on some routes. So again, that grows. And then non-user revenue, which is the advertising on the side of the buses and some other minor revenue around. It's about $800,000. So we see about $172 million in operating budget this year. Allows us to keep service stable. And that's what we want. That's what everybody wants. The fees that are involved here, so the rates and fees change a little bit. We are, just like everybody else, suffering from increased costs. We'll get to that in a minute. But again, it does not affect service. So we see about a $200,000 increase in our monthly fixed fee. Monthly fixed fee goes to pay for fixed assets for the county, on behalf of the county. The costs grow over time. The variable rate is the hour, or the dollar per hour per vehicle hour out there. It has gone up a little bit, 103 to 107 on the fixed route side. On the paratransit side, it goes from $62 to $64. So again, not massive increases. They are in keeping with the increases in inflation, the increases in energy costs, the increases in insurance and healthcare. We're going to see that in a second right here. So as you can see, these are our line-by-line top-end costs or increases. We share this down to a detail level with the county. You'll see some pretty big numbers in there. The cost of utilities up 26% and continue to grow. So we rely on compressed natural gas to run our buses. We rely on electricity to run the pumps, to pump those, so it's expensive. We have 6 electric buses, and those have become more expensive to charge. Lights and everything else that run, that's a pretty big jump in expenses. Casualty and liability, a big expense line. A 9% increase in casualty and liability. Nationally for transit, that's a little less than the national average as a percentage increase, but it's a big number. We talked about that a little bit earlier. We talked about it last year, and it continues to grow. General services on things like software has grown quite a bit. Technology has gotten much more expensive. But in general, you can see the increase at the bottom. It's about a 2.7% increase. That matches what about our operating income grew. So we were able to again put out the same level of service even though expenses have grown over time. Capital plan. There are some important things to understand in the capital plan. If you visited Rosa Parks, you can see that we are basically done, and it'll be time, just like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. We're done, now we got to start all over again. Because there are so many people that go through that station, it needs a lot of updates all the time. But we have finished the first round of renovations. It looks great. I don't think it's ever looked better. Every new surface has been touched. New floors, new walls, new doors, new air conditioning, new signs. It looks great. We're going to go back and do some other secondary spaces, utility rooms, the supervisor room, and the driver break room, and it's time to redo the bathrooms again. So that's happening all the time. But that was a multi-year, multi-million-dollar upgrade. The battery electric bus charging stations on the back side of this property, I understand are being hopefully approved next week. They should be in service within the month. Currently, we're charging the buses with portable chargers. They look like little college dorm refrigerators, and they're slow chargers. These will be fast chargers, so that'll be good to see that. The paratransit vehicle purchase, 15 new paratransit vehicles, that's complete. I'm sorry? Paratransit vehicles? I'm sorry, I'm speaking very quickly. Paratransit vehicles, they were delivered earlier this year. They're all in service now. It's great for our clients. We also delivered, and all are in service, 41 new compressed natural gas buses. They're great. They're fantastic buses. We have one of the newest, one of the newest fleets in the country. Our average age of vehicle is 3 years now, so it really helps us deliver service the way we need to. That's fantastic. We're just beginning a compressed natural gas fuel island upgrade. So, as I pointed out, over here on the back side of this fence, you'll see buses parked. On the other side of that is the compressed natural gas fueling station. There's a apron over the top, a bus pulls in, it gets fueled, and then gets pulled around the back. That whole contraption needs to be upgraded, and it'll take a little bit of while, and it's a very specialized kind of service, but that's going to be redone. And then in the facilities, there is a major exhaust hose reel project that's just being completed. That had never been done in the life of this building since 1988. So when a bus comes in, sometimes it needs to idle as a mechanic's working on it, and the mechanic will put this exhaust vent onto the exhaust, and the exhaust will be vented out of the building efficiently. And this will help us do that. On top of that, we're going through and redoing the whole methane detection system. We also did an upgrade to the HVAC system on our server room, which we have a whole dedicated server room, so that got completed. So some major projects got completed the last 24 months. There are major projects coming up. They're listed in the capital plan as we see here. The majority of them are fleet replacement. So we have to plan out a fixed route bus lasts 12 years if it's a compressed natural gas bus. After that, we can retire. That's at the end of its useful life, 12 years. But it's a continuous process because you can't replace your whole fleet all in one swoop, right? So we replace them throughout the many years to come, 30, 40, 50 at a time. So that takes up a lot of funding and a lot of time and effort. All these are listed in your detail. It just continues. The same thing for paratransit. They have to be replaced all the time. The majority of capital is spent on fleet, by far. There are some facilities costs associated with this. Things like in the next few years, not listed here, but in the next few years, things like a renovation of Rockville Center, that will need it, and that will be a major, major expense. Again, we're going to have to put Rosa Parks back on there for things like, all the other stuff we want to do. There's a laundry list of things that are on our to-do list. I'm kind of running through these kind of quickly, but they are kind of just more housekeeping things as far as the capital plan goes and as far as the operating budget goes. The other very important thing, every 3 years we are required to update our Title VI program plan, and the Title VI program plan is basically, I'm going to read you the statement from the FTA. No person in the United States shall, on the grounds of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participating in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. So we have to show the FTA through our everyday operations, our allocations of vehicles, our neighborhoods that we serve, how we speak to our clients, that we know who our clients are, who our riders are. So we undergo an extremely large survey of our clients, and it takes almost a year. We put all the data together. and we understand who our clients are, where they live, where they go to. And that's where we get a lot of our data on what's important to our riders. So we know everything down to the route level. How many people pay on a MetroCard, how many people pay on a cash, how many people use the bus every day for what purposes. So that's what the program plan is. So the FTA requires us to produce a new report to prove that we are equitably using resources, and then we're publishing a report to the board, to the county, and to the public so that everybody understands that. So that's what this Title VI program plan is about. So we talk about our scorecard. We're going to review scorecard Q1 and Q2. Q1 we did not have a meeting for, so I'm going to review both of them at once here. Some good information, some good performances, some performances I'd like to see get much better. On-time performance for fixed route for Q1 was almost 92%. Pretty proud of that. That was great. We won an incentive. It's not, by the way, for the board members. These are liquidated damages or incentives, but they aren't actual money. This is really just credits and debits. We've never seen a dime. The county's never seen a dime. We just continue to run this ledger, maybe until I leave, and then you guys can pay out something. On-time performance, 91%, pretty darn good for fixed route service in this atmosphere, running 1 million miles a month, pretty good for Q1. Q2 slid a little bit to 85 or 89. The reason that slides from Q1 to Q2 is because traffic gets heavier in spring and all the construction starts. So we end up having a lot of construction delays throughout the service area, but it happens. So again, a bus can only move as fast as the traffic in front of it, so important to remember. Missed pullouts are the number of buses that don't pull out on time for AM, PM, midday, everything else. We had about 1% missed pullout in Q1. We cut that drastically to less than 1/3 of 1%. So very, very few buses miss their pullout time. It's not that they don't pull out, it's they miss the window for pullout. So very important to remember. Accidents, on the other hand, Q1 was a pretty good performance at 1.2 accidents per 100,000 operating miles. Unfortunately for Q2, we saw a big increase in that. Again, that tends to happen every year from Q1 to Q2. More traffic in Q2, more congestion, we tend to have more accidents. Those accidents are all the accidents. They're not just our fault. They may be someone rear-ended us or sideswiped us. On the other hand, maybe we sideswiped someone. So a little high, much higher than I would like. So we'll drop down to paratransit. Call answered ratio, high in both scores. That's the number of calls that were answered before the call drops. A lot of people will call. We don't get to all of them quick enough in their minds, and they'll just drop. We try to get to every call. There's no hold. We try not to have a hold time beyond 2 minutes. Sometimes that's possible, sometimes it's not possible, and we miss a few calls. So on-time performance, 83 in Q1, about 83. I'm going to cheat and call it 83 in Q2. Still not exactly where I would like to see. I'd like to see that on-time performance go to 85. But back to remember what our hours look like. Our hours of service has grown. Our demand has grown. Our fleet hasn't grown. Our headcount hasn't grown. So it is a little bit more difficult to get to on time on that, but we'll continue to work on that. Missed pullouts, again, very, very small in both cases. Accidents for the first quarter, very good. Second quarter, doubled. But when we say doubled in paratransit, they literally went from 2 to 3 or 4 total accidents in paratransit. And again, those are accidents that may or may not be our fault. So, and then productivity is passengers per hour. That's the amount of people on a vehicle at any one time. About the same, not quite at 1.14 or 1.4 where we'd like it to be, but still pretty good. And then our DOT pass rate for the quarter we don't do this, I'm sorry, for the half year, we don't do it by quarter because we only get results from DOT twice a year, so we post it up here. Our pass rate is 90, it's very good, one of the highest in the state. And every vehicle gets inspected twice. We have an on-site inspector that lives here, and they inspect every vehicle twice. So pretty happy with that inspection ratio. So that's the scorecard. Again, we have a little bit of work to do here and there. We're never happy with where we are. We always think we can get a little better, so that's very important to us. Service updates from Q1 and Q2. So I'll go through these pretty quickly, just to kind of recap this. Mini Syosset was a pilot we launched in Syosset. It was an on-demand service. You hailed the vehicle and it came to you and took you somewhere else. We tried it for a while, did not produce the results we wanted it to. We discontinued it. It was about, Erica, 8 months?
We launched July 2024.
Okay, so it was about 10 months or so that we actually ran it. We discontinued it early this year. Again, we're very quick to pilot things. We want to pilot things as quickly as we can. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So we're able to pull those back and use those resources somewhere else. The new Jamaica terminal launched. That has been a big advantage for us. It's really worked out very, very well. So all the new service that goes into Jamaica has got a new terminal, much safer for pedestrians, much safer for buses. The weekday extension to UBS Arena was discontinued. Again, no one was riding it. It was there, it just wasn't being taken advantage of. So we discontinued that. The N21 and 27, some coordination issues more than anything else there. The N22X express stops added. We added some more stops on the express. The N25 and the 58, again, they were kind of intercombined. Again, we're still trying to figure out what the right combination there is and when and where. The 54, 55 at Sunrise Mall, again, we're kind of bypassing the Sunrise Mall. Don't even know if the Sunrise Mall is a mall anymore, but the N79 Express, the N79 is still there, the Express is not. We changed those trips into regular trips. And then Jones Beach service started. It'll go through, right now actually we're going to pull it back to September instead of October.
Yeah.
So we'll pull it back to September. We'll see how that goes. And then Live Nation, I think I talked about that earlier. Live Nation chose not to sponsor concert service anymore, so there is no concert service. Again, we continue to serve the beach though. So that recaps my presentation. Ms. Chairwoman, Ms. Falco, I don't know if anybody has any questions that you'll allow me to answer.
Yes, thank you. So at this point in time, I'm going to turn the floor over to the committee members for any questions that they may have. This is a time for questions for Mr. Jesus. It's time for questions, not debates. I'm going to start at the far end with Mr. Burskis.
I won't let you down, you know that. Okay, first question I would have is, you said that the life expectancy of the line buses are 12 years. What is the average time length for a paratransit bus?
Paratransit is
7 years.
7 years. Yeah.
Okay. Of the fleet, how many line buses and also paratransit buses are held in reserve during operating times?
So the FTA allows us to have 20% of the total fleet in reserve. So in general, on the fixed route side, that ends up being about 68 buses on the fixed route side. On the paratransit side, it ends up being 20 vehicles, a little less than that really on paratransit.
But knowing how this place operates, have you reached that capacity of what you're allowed, or have you not had to do that?
No, we do. We have to follow that.
Well, I thought maybe that you were allowed 68, but let's say you have 65.
At any one time, buses are rotating in and out of service. So at any one time, we may have 5 or 6 extra above the spare ratio demand. The FTA doesn't like you to hoard vehicles, obviously, because they pay for them, and so you have to show that you are staying within the guidelines.
Is paratransit still subcontracting, like with cars and things
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
How much of the work is going that way?
about 20%. 20% of the work is outsourced. We manage the contractors, but they're outsourced.
Okay, and my last one that I can think of right now is, how is the bypassing of Sunrise Mall, which is not a mall and it's not going to be a mall again, how is that affecting the schedules that are either on Sunrise Highway or on the roads coming down Commons Road?
Yeah, so all the schedules have been reassessed, so without a stop, your bus can run faster, right? But that doesn't mean that there's not people to service along Sunrise in that area. So we did eliminate the stop, and we did adjust all the time points up and down the route.
Right, I guess that's what I got out of my notes while you were speaking. Thank you.
Thank you,
I'll
Mr.
pass the buck.
Thank you, Mr. President. Anne Marie, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank
Okay,
you.
Sure, no problem, thank you. Mr. Martinez, any questions?
I do have a couple of questions.
Please.
How is the fringe rate down 7%, although the wages increased?
I'm sorry, say
The
what?
fringe rate, you said it's down 7%, even though
Right.
the wages, they've increased.
Well, it's mostly due to, Jawad's here, he can help me answer this question, but mostly that's due to the cost of, or the head count, number one, managed overtime, are number two.
Okay. All right. And then I guess I got another question in regards to the revitalization of, revitalization of the Hempstead terminal.
Uh-huh.
How it affects, will affect roads and parks, and their projection for increased need of maintenance.
Yeah, so currently what we did, and Sudesh is here, and Sudesh managed that process throughout. He really focused in on low maintenance touch points, because we get 20,000 people through there a day. We do have a contractor that helps keep the place clean, and they've really done a great job, but we need to keep on top of it. They are on a PMI schedule, so that we keep on top of it. But most of those surfaces are low maintenance surfaces for high traffic area, public traffic areas. So yeah, good question.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you, Ms. Martinez.
Thank you. Dr. Golodine, any questions?
I have no question because I'm listening to the wonderful questions, so.
Proud. Thank you so much. I just have a couple of questions, Mr. Kazook. Regarding the discontinuation of stops at the Sunrise Mall, in the event that there is something else placed there, is that something that can be revisited in terms of re-adding that
Oh,
to
definitely,
the
yeah,
route?
yeah, definitely. And we react very quickly.
Right,
You
sure,
know,
I know,
yeah.
Just one more question. So just to confirm, with the exception of the Pilot Express service being discontinued, the UBS Arena service being discontinued, all else remains the same, no other cuts and no fare increase, is that right?
So I will say this,
Yes.
the MTA has announced yesterday that they are potentially putting a fare increase in January. We have not discussed this with anyone yet. We'll have to keep an eyeball to see what they do, but in order to keep the free transfer between us and the MTA in place, we've got to follow the MTA pricing policy, or we break the transfer, and all those people that are transferring to Queens buses or some have to pay a second fare,
A full second
a
fare.
full second fare. A full second fare. So we've got to balance everything, right? We're not there yet, though. I think what we need to do is continue to keep our ears open and see what they do, and then in our fall meeting, we can discuss and go from there.
Will not affect any of our votes taking place.
Right, yeah.
All right, Mr. Daniel Alter, any questions?
I do, I have just one, and thank you first.
When it comes to the Northwell Jones Beach, did you say that it was valued, underutilized, or how is it?
No, Jones Beach is, the actual beach service has continued to grow year over year over year.
Right.
Continues to be very, it's our one service that's a lot of fun, right? So we love providing it, and it's still in place, and we'll continue to.
And for the concerts? For the
Not the concerts.
I know the Live Nation.
Yeah, so we're not going to have concert service, right? At
So
all.
it's not getting replaced or?
It's not getting replaced until Live Nation comes to us for that. And the reason being is that is a single sole private proprietor benefiting from public transit. We wanted them to help pay for it,
Mhm.
right? And we agreed with them very early on. It's the only reason it really came back. It's very expensive for us to run because it has to be on overtime. And it's a lot of buses, and very late at night too. So it becomes a challenge operationally to run, and that's why we agreed to run it with their support. But without their support, it becomes very difficult to do. We'd have to end up cutting other services. Yeah.
And that has not occurred?
But no, not at all.
Thank you.
Jacqueline, Ms. D'Agostino, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions right now.
Thank you.
Actually, I have,
Mr. Collery?
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Top two.
Hi there, my name is Rich Clory. Yes, I have a couple questions. Omni, you said it's going to be implemented during the first quarter of next year. Any specific dates? Yes?
Not yet, not yet. So we took for the public's, we talked about Omni before the public came in. Omni is a MTA product. We will be the first ones to basically license it to use here in Nassau County, but it's their product under their timeline and their guidelines. So they are still figuring out Omni in the city.
Yeah, I've
but-
heard stories about that as well.
Yeah, but we have been in talks with them for a year and a half, and now it's really coming down to, okay, let's get going. And so we hope to launch it in Q1, but we're still going through the process.
Okay, question number 2. Concerning Minnie, I know it was a disaster back in Syosset, and that grieves me a little because, to be honest, I could definitely see potential, supplementing for bus lines that are lost, like the M40, the N50 and 47, the N73, 74. I know a lot of people that would benefit from having it implemented here in East Meadow and in Hicksville. I know it's a bit of an oddball, and I know that your budget is a bit unusual, but which I respect to a point. But it's just that I miss those buses. I miss them because
And completely understand.
I know it was underutilized. I respect the reason it was cut, even though I'm angered, and I'm sure everyone knows me. My many instances of me coming here over the years. And I was hoping against hope that you would maybe see reason to restore it. I mean, and also pressuring you guys to help increase funding from Nassau County, which is, I'm hoping that maybe my presence here can help.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Collery.
I know that you guys think I'm just one of the few people that use N50, but if given the opportunity, especially now, given what's happened, well, I'm sure you've read Newsday.
Who uses it, uses the N50 also.
I'm sure you've read Newsday headlines about road troubles. I personally think that this is an opportunity that this could be used as a marketing tool. We can encourage people to reduce pollution, increase their use of the buses. I know how that must sound. It sounds what it is, mercenary.
No, excellent points, and I will tell you, with Erica's backing me up on this, that we continue to study other solutions specifically for that area. We have to figure out what's going to be efficient for the service and efficient for the county to ensure that we're not stealing resources from other already highly utilized services. But what we have to do is kind of figure out where we're going to land for 26 and then we can start planning again. But great points, thank
The
you.
committee understands that it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
I know it's
Mr.
a
Collery, though, this is, we're just asking questions at this point.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry at
A
all.
point of information though, just so that you know, the MTA has been distributing the Omni cards to their people that have disability credentials. I didn't know if you were aware of
Yeah,
it.
no.
Okay.
Thank you. At this point, I'm going to ask Mr. Victory if you have any questions for Mr. Kazouz?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Couple of quick questions. First of all, thank you very much for a beautiful presentation, a lot of information, extremely useful. Have you ever done a study of whether it's a good idea to make some of the buses smaller in the neighborhoods that have one-lane roads? Like my neighborhood, these huge buses in a one-lane road are
Yeah,
difficult to get around.
That's a great question. Yes, we do assign smaller buses to routes that are more efficient. For example, Elmont Flexi has a smaller bus. Roads that are narrower, we can't turn a bus around anywhere in the neighborhoods, so we have to use a smaller bus. Sometimes operationally complex to put one trip with a big bus and then the second trip with a smaller bus. So we tend not to do that. But we do assign smaller vehicles where it's appropriate. But good point.
Okay. Also, you mentioned non-rider income. I know there are services like Motorola where they install the LPRs on a lot of commercial vehicles and they collect information on unregistered stolen vehicles and all of that, and they pay these companies for having the LPRs.
Right.
Have we ever looked into?
On the
Something
LPR
like
issue,
that?
yeah, we've been approached by that. We tend not to do that on public transit, but we can certainly look at that again. In public transit, the way it worked, this was a while ago, was they would broadcast advertising inside the vehicle for their service.
Right.
Sometimes it gets in the way of automatic passenger counters and other technology, annunciators, things like that. It's complex. Technology is changing so much, we should revisit that. But that's a great point, Mr. Victor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So at this time, we're going to open the floor up for public comments. While there are a lot of members here from the public today, I'd like for this to run in somewhat of an orderly fashion. I'm going to ask that when you do speak, you do reach the podium, and please state your name very clearly, because this is not because you're recording the meeting. And in addition to that, please identify where you are from, and if you are representing an organization, please state the name of the organization that you're here on behalf of, or if you are speaking on behalf of yourself. The reason why that's really important is because the bylaws do permit for certain specific time limits or possible time extensions based on how you identify yourself and or the organization that you're representing. Yes, ma'am, would you like to start?
Yes.
Please state your name at the podium. Welcome, thank you. Just speak slowly so that it can be recorded.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Alicia Simpkins. I'm from Franklin Square, and I'm here for myself.
For yourself.
I just want to know why all these X buses, why they keep adding X buses. It looks like they increasing before they decrease. Or go out completely. So what's the purpose of the X buses, all those X buses? That's it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sit down.
All the questions will be answered
And
at
then
the
at the
end.
end, I'm going to ask the CEO of NICE to return to the podium, at which point he will address all of them. Thank you. Okay, yes, sir. Next to Ms. Alicia. Please state your name.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Camper. I'm here on behalf of Passengers United. I'm here to just give some things on behalf of our President and CEO, Charles D'Souza, who unfortunately could not make it tonight. So, some of the questions have already been answered regarding Omni. But one of the things that I really want to know is there used to be a MetroCard machine at Hempstead Transit Center. I am very curious if there is any consideration for an Omni machine to be installed there. I know that's an MTA decision, I understand that, but a lot of riders really love the fact that they have had a MetroCard machine right there at Hempstead Transit Center, so that way they don't have to go all the way to Queens or the subway system or whatever to be able to refill their MetroCards. And obviously that would be a huge benefit to all the riders if they're able to have an Omni machine right at Hempstead Transit Center. And if there's a possibility of having some other designated major locations where maybe an Omni machine could be installed, for example. Maybe Nassau County, there could be retail shops that could sell Omni cards. That way they don't have to go all the way to New York City. Things like that. That's something that I would really love to see. One of the other concerns we have is regarding the reduced fare Easy Pay, which was discontinued. Now, one of my colleagues has raised concerns regarding that specific issue, and that they have to use the Nice Bus app because they can't use their reduced fare Easy Pay system to be able to pay for their rides. So that's one of the other things that was a concern. And then I appreciate the concerns from board members regarding, I actually live in East Meadow specifically, and I used to ride the M51 all the time. I loved having that convenience, being able to go from Roosevelt Field right to near my house on right off of Merrick Avenue. And I would love to see, like one of the other members, Richard had said earlier, having maybe an East Meadow Flexi or a Merrick Flexi or something like that maybe be considered in the future. So that's really all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, my name is Olena Nix. I am legislator for the 2nd Legislative District. So I did just have 2 questions. The first is, I saw that there was an increase in the marketing budget. So just wondering where that marketing is going. Is it, which avenues are being used, and whether it's an increase because of social media focuses. The second question is just to piggyback off of one of the board members' questions about the downtown revitalization. So I'm sure the downtown revitalization within Hempstead. So I'm sure, as many of you know, Hempstead is going through a downtown revitalization, which Rosa Parks is included within that plan. So wondering if there will need to be an increase for maintenance and repairs in that area, since there is an expected of increased traffic, the new apartments that are going up, and things of that nature. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Buckley.
Dawn, I'd just like to request formally.
I'm sorry, your name?
Oh, go ahead.
You're gonna have to go to the
Okay.
I need to hear
Oh, Joe Torcivia, Levittown, New York, representing myself. Torcivia. And Dawn, I'd just like to formally request a few extra seconds because my comments address some of the
I can provide you
comments
with
of
3
the.
minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. That's much appreciated.
The bylaw says so, though, thank them.
Okay. All right. I don't have much to complain about beyond the usual intolerable 90-minute service gaps on the N49 on Saturdays. Let's reduce that to a more traditional, pre-nice 60 minutes, please. So good job overall. With all of the experiments that NICE is implemented, the pilots, the N19X, the now canceled 79X and such, why not consider something I've brought up in the past? A loop that follows the N49 south from Hicksville Railroad, turns east on Hempstead Turnpike, and follows the long-gone N73 up Jerusalem Avenue back to Hicksville Railroad. Back when I proposed it, I think Jack said something about turning the bus around. But with a loop, there's no need to do that. It can alternate direction and start down Jerusalem and back up Newbridge, allowing anyone to get on at any point and reach Hicksville, Walmart and connect with other Hicksville and Hempstead Turnpike lines. Maybe even extend that loop as far as North Jerusalem Road between Newbridge Road and Wantor Avenue, and cover some of the nice mini territory with a fixed route, and restore service once covered by the N47, N50, N73, and 74. But I'll realistically settle for the Hicksville-Levittown loop. Unlike running a mostly empty by my admittedly limited observation bus on Sunrise Highway, which never had a straight line service before and is parallel to many LIRR stations for riders to use instead, this would serve areas formerly covered by NICE, the MTA, and even the old private carriers. And thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
Dawn.
Thank you. Have we completed this side of the room? Sir, did you have comments? No. Anyone on this side of the room? Is that all for public comments?
Those were employees. They have comments there.
I'm so sorry.
I'm taking names.
Mr. Kazoos, if you please take over
So you're the
once
best
again
boss ever.
to address some of the questions.
Certainly,
that
of
were
course.
concerned.
So express buses on Franklin, in Franklin Square, a lot of those have gotten converted from locals to expresses to speed up travel along the turnpike. The buses stop almost every quarter mile. It takes a lot of time and effort to do that, but that's why they're expresses. Now, we monitor expresses versus local as far as the by trip, so that we can balance. I'm sorry, we balance expresses versus locals, so we can balance that by trip. So as we go forward, if we need to pull back expresses, we will do that. It's fairly easy to do, but very, very good question. Thank
I
you.
just want to add, for our summer schedule, we actually reduced the number of expresses that we're running and converted those trips to local buses. So it is better than it was in the winter.
Mr. Kemper, about Omni and having an Omni machine at Hempstead Transit Center. Currently, there's no plans for that. Currently, we're going to see how it goes. Our issue is the expense and downtime of those machines, but we have to figure it out as we go forward. Omni is I've already seen them currently available at local retailers here. So it's growing. It will grow much more once we announce it's coming. So that's on the horizon, but excellent points there.
Jack, sorry to interrupt. We do have agreement with the convenience store in HTC.
Oh, that's right.
For them to sell the Omni cards.
Yeah, and that's why our team is here.
They're on the cards.
Yeah. So that's the Omni card, so everybody sees it. Thank you
Call
very
it
much.
gallery.
So, I'm going to make sure I try to get to everybody. Legislator, we do understand the revitalization of downtown. We are continuing to look at that and see what we need to do as we go forward. This is really the schedule, the expenses for this year. Future we'll have to look and see what we need to do. How we need to manage traffic in and out is going to be a challenge. But we'll do that. There's a bus pulling in and out every 6 minutes. So it's going to be a challenge, but we'll continue to do that. Our marketing expenses grew a little bit and will grow a little bit as we go forward. As we do more in the way of outreach with our different apps and things like that. There's also many more outreach. Erica and her team of 3, including her, does about 30 outreach events a year. So that does hit us with some expenses there too. So that's where that comes from.
Thank you.
Joe, my best friend, and Mr. Chloe, good points. Again, I hear you on that East Meadow, Hicksville South thing. We'll continue to look at it. As I said before, it's going to take a little bit of study. Our solution might be phased in. In other words, it may only be this big to start with, but maybe if we get ridership, it'll grow. Limited hour, I don't know. I can't commit to anything at this point, but we'll continue to look at things. Maybe there's a possibility in 2026.
Yeah, and I'm only thinking of like supplementing weekday service.
Yes,
You know, no
exactly.
early morning, no
Exactly.
late at night.
And that's how we would do it.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you. So at this time, I'm going to ask the committee who we have here today to vote on the proposed the operating budget, capital plan, and Title VI plan. As you know, we do need to have a majority vote in order for it to pass. So I will ask the members, we are an independent body from NICE, for those of you who are not sure how we run.
I make the motion?
I'm going to, go ahead, Joel.
I make the motion that we accept the plans as they were discussed for us.
I say second.
The motion ought to be to approve the plan.
I approve the motion.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
We're gonna start,
Yes.
we'll work our way down there. Mr. Burris, you want it
Okay.
unanimous? Is that what you were making the motion for?
Sure, that's probably the easiest way, because
Yes.
Is there anyone who disagrees with the unanimous vote to pass the budget for 2025?
We all agree.
We're all agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
all in favor.
Yay, we
Bingo.
have another fantastic year. With that, we do have some new items to address specifically.
One more thing.
Yes.
I think you need to make a motion to authorize staff to send the Q1 and Q2 scorecards to the legislature and the county executive.
I do have one thing though. I need a more complete book. I know that there were some pages missing from mine.
Are you sure?
No, they're not, they just didn't fill them in yet.
They may not be in order?
There were dividers, but there aren't things to put in them yet.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Chair,
Um,
I'm going to make that
So,
motion.
yes, thank you.
I make that motion that you just suggested, so we need a
To
second.
send the quarter one and two scorecards over.
I second that motion.
Thank you.
Who seconded?
Okay, with that, I'm going to be stepping down as the chairperson of the committee. I appreciate all of the time and assistance that I received from everybody, so thank you for that during my tenure. But at this point in time, I am going to be making a motion to nominate a new chair and making a motion to appoint Mr. Bobby Gillespie.
I'd like to second that.
Second.
Oh, that's a loud second, wow, oh, okay. With that, Mr. Gallotti, thank you.
I thank you, the chair. I'm very humbled to thank you.
Thank you.
It's going to be very difficult to fill your shoes, but I'm trying to do my very best so we united can serve why we are here. Why we are here to show our support to the management, but our priority is always is and will be, at least to me, I'm sure the member feel the same, is the public we are serving. And, individually, I want to say to every board member, thank you for your trust, thank you for your respect. I'm 24/7 available person. I don't sleep. I believe sleeping is for dead people. So if any one of you have any issues, please call so we can work together without any grandstanding for any other reason than to serve the public. And I thank you. Please do not hesitate to call me because we are a one team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And with that, I would also like to ask the committee if there are any nominations for a vice chair.
Yes, I am making a motion for my very dear friend for a long time. I known to him, a hard-working, a great gentleman who care for the public, my friend Danny Alter to be the vice chair.
I'll second.
Uh,
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
I also, since we approved that, I also like to make a motion for the secretary, my new friend, even though I know her a long time, let's use the glasses. So I want to make sure I didn't. Anne Marie Reardon to be the secretary, and we have to have you as the secretary. So I make the motion to you to set that, but we need second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
So as a procedural matter, we need to approve the capital program and the Title
Title
VI as separate motions.
Okay,
They can't be covered under one?
No.
all right.
And I'll make a motion to accept the capital plan.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, we need a second one,
Second.
sorry.
I'll second it.
And with the second, all in favor, say aye. Abstention? All good, unanimous, thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept the Title VI as presented.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? I have it, thank you.
Thank you. All right, and with that, I am going to request a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Before I make a motion, I again want to say thank you, the team. I know Joe many years, even though we didn't recognize each other on the name. And thank you to you, Madam Chair, for the service to the public. Everyone that I spoke, they spoke very highly of you, and I'm very humble to follow your footsteps. And I thank you, and thank you. And all the members who are already previously serving and continue serving, thank you being the team. And the new one, welcome, God bless, and thank you. Now, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, I have it, thank you. Right.
Thank you, everybody. Be safe, get home safe. With the weather's cleared up, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still in the meeting, I'm just finished up.
No, we're on your second. Thank you.
All right, I understand, are we out in a minute?
Oh, you did? Oh, you forwarded them to me?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
thank you so much, I'm so sorry. But
No
you
problem.
texted them to me, so that's probably why I couldn't hit, but I appreciate it, thank you so much. But yeah, that's right.
So,
Yes.
Richard,